Unable to reach Steam servers. Almost forgot it's the peak hours on a weekday weekly maintenance time. Who could forget? Because that's how Valve do. It's hello time all over the place over here. Ridiculous. Better wake up a little bit and we'll run down. Not buying anything in particular, just tired of being awake. I don't remember Danger Mouse well enough to get that reference. I remember it well enough to name one of my MOAs in Warframe Penfold, but not enough to get that one. I bet it would look familiar if I saw it. Alright, sit up now. That's enough of the... Pilot Wings 64 had such a unique soundtrack. Unique in a good way. That game was cool. Alright, it's Besiege time. I didn't notice last time, but yeah, this is what the continent I've already cleared looks like on the map now. So, yeah, I'm not the good guy here, but anyway, let's go ahead and besiege more stuff. Why? Don't know. It's what we do. I did some stuff offline. As a matter of fact, I've done most of this. Down to the next to last item on here, but I am going to go and revisit a couple of these to show off the solutions that I did come up with for them. Cat comes up on the lap. I move her over to the other leg so she doesn't tail whack the microphone. She is a good cat. Let's just have ourselves a low-key little besiege stream there, then. There, then. So I had to extinguish the sacred flame. And it turns out that involves more than just knocking the tower over, you actually have to douse it. And I figured that was going to need another flying apparatus like this whole island seems to insistently want me to do. So I figured... why not just, like, visit a drone idea kind of deal? Just square, even lift distribution throughout the whole thing. Should theoretically just lift off and be level, yes? Alright, let me remind myself of my keys. Plus, I said, okay, so this thing is alright. It's not good, but it's alright. It kind of rotates, but once you do, you start losing control of it pretty quickly. It gets wobbly and bad. But it did good enough to get up there and sploosh some water on a thing, so it did the job. I feel like I used this sort of variant on it for another thing as well. Now, you know what I'm thinking of? Yeah, I used it for the sword as well. I replaced this thing with a grabber, or my intention was to use it on the sword as well. But, Thomas says it's a lot faster but less stable than mine. I would be interested to see what you did to make a stable flying device. Because we've seen I only really have the one that you can kind of control, but even then it's a matter of, like, tricking it into working, more or less. I was able to make a version of this that was able to get enough lift to pull that sword up, no problem. But there was no flying it anywhere once it had done that. Someone says I just use a bunch of balloons, fair enough. That would actually make a little sense, kind of get that from a physics standpoint. What did I use for this? Oh yeah, obviously I used steel sword. Alright, how did I control this apparatus? Pistons, just H, I didn't even remap them. Whip, whip. Yeah, this thing is really heavy. So, I honestly really like the stance of this thing. I just have lots of wheels on it. And this was sufficient to lift sword. I should be able to hit, there we go. No problem. Like I did all that on purpose. Ooh. I was fairly satisfied with this design. It did start off with a truck frame, but I built just a whole bunch of stuff in front of it and behind it. This is all pretty much just to add weight. I figured I would do it in like sword shapes, but instead I made some kind of heavy-handed Christian imagery instead. It's fine. I don't know if this is kind of a dick. I assume Katama means dick move there, but right. So then you had to take the Duke's knowledge. I'm interested in seeing if I saved another thing that I did or not. I don't think so. I was thinking of a case where like I had like 3 sets of wheels, and then I set the rearmost set of wheels to steer in the opposite direction of the other ones, and that made a really good handling doodad, and I was kind of proud of that as well. Alright, how do I control you again? Yeah, I use numpads on all this. Plus and minus, okay. So, same design. More or less. Like, the front of it is the same, I just added a little winch to the back of it. If I had to guess, yep, uh-oh. Liquor. Yep. So all I got to do there is just point. That incidentally was already the perfect height to grab that. This thing is obscenely heavy. Down it goes. Then I just gotta spinny aroundy a little bit here. All I gotta do. Yeah, I might as well drive over in this direction. I might be able to do this a little faster than I did before. Cat stream. Daisy is all over my arm. So this is a little more finessey. And it's a good thing I have a keyboard that allows me to put in, I think, 5 inputs at once. Aw, crap. Bad aim. Alright, hold on. Yeah, Daisy, yeah, fucking, thank you. Up, down. Cats. Camera, please. There we go. God damn you. No problem. Stop that shit. Physics ass. There we go. And then we just hoist. And away we go. There we go. Good movie design. It's not pretty by any means, but I thought it was pretty cool how I was able to use this solution twice, more or less, with some modifications. I actually got an achievement for doing that without being noticed, apparently. I don't really know how that works, but only like 3.1% of players got that achievement, so that's kind of neat. There was another thing I wanted to show. Oh yeah, this guy. So this is an interesting little challenge. You just gotta crank the doodad. And my solution for this was really simple, honestly. It was a rather straightforward one, as I recall, whereas, actually, I think it's alphabetically like the first one. Yeah, here we go. And I was really, like, satisfied with how this one worked out. If I can just remember... I just gotta remember how it goes. Dink. And then... Alright, hold on. There we go. I think I ended up having to crank it this way. Yep, that's how it goes. And I like that the suspension has enough give. Oh no! Stop that! I didn't have this before. Stop that. That's interesting. Do I need to be closer? No. This is rather elegant this time. That's weird. I had, like, no problem operating this before. That's interesting. Hold on here. Try it again. I remember it working really well. Dink. Speed. Yeah, I was glad in this case that, like, the solution ended up being pretty much the first thing I envisioned, and it just plain worked. So I kind of enjoyed that one. Also, I'm just getting so much use out of this truck frame. Like, this is just another modification on the same old truck frame. I usually end up stiffening the suspension from where I saved it, but still. No, where are we going? Alright, I showed off Sacred Flame, the sword, the venerated heart. Hey, you know what's better than a Zeor truck? Two Zeor truck. And then I'm pretty sure I just put cannons all over. Really, I only need one shot. How did I control these again? I probably mapped, yeah, the right one is on the numpad. And then you can shoot with the... Is right control a valid key? Yeah, there we go, that works. And then I can even just... Screech! Oh, wait. Okay, stop. Then you have to... Yeah, there we go. Oops! Oh, fired the wrong one. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Safe. You drunk ass. Alright, good enough. I just gotta... Camera does not like dealing with chunks in two places this time, but this is quite true. You could somewhat mitigate that by, Damn, I must have turned up the power on the cannons when I did this successfully, but you get the idea. You can somewhat mitigate that by putting separate camera blocks on the two. But yeah, it is a little frumpy. But in any case, that's all I did offline. We are now caught up to where I am. Which is to say, I gotta steal this gigantic freaking floating crystal. And I've tried a couple of solutions, and they didn't work so well. My flying thing doesn't handle nearly well enough. And you can't reach it with pistons. I tried. Obviously, I tried that. But I do have an idea. I think my idea is going to have to start with a heavy-ass base. Let's make this something wide-ish. TechPaint says Vinny was stuck on this one for a long-ass time. Because it doesn't cause any wooden pieces to freeze. Doesn't it cause any wooden pieces to freeze and shatter once they get in proximity? I had not observed that. It says you can sorta reach it with pistons, but it takes a little something extra. I have a different idea. I thought about it for a little while, but... let's see. Think with head meat. Do good think. Make think happen. Wheels all over this bitch. I already kind of like this design. I got a certain satisfaction out of making things that just have, like, an aggressive stance on the ground. I just like terrain handling things. I think that's fun. I could even, if I wanted... Yo, what the hell, because like I said, I'm going to need something heavy here. Let's see if that works. That works. The path to it is pretty clear from the ground. I can drive right under it, that's not a problem. Okay, good. Now. Okay. I'm still probably going to need more weight. But let's give it a shot and see what we end up with. But how? Grabber. Do not destroy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let's see. I like to remap pretty much everything I do at this point. Plus and minus makes sense to me. Where? Okay, more buoyancy. Much more buoyancy. Much less strength. Shit. Okay. We just need more balloon. Really, I don't think there's a limit to that kind of works. I was gonna say, like, they can have as much buoyancy as it needs, really. Now, how far does this rope go is the question. This pretty fucking high. Good. Let's see if that works out for me. And we just... Come on, come on. Come on. You're right there, you know you want to grab it. Ah, poop. Let go. There we go. Go up. Not grab balloon. Grab. This is so weird. This shouldn't work. Alright. It says this is very minorly sparking Star Fox 64's Macbeth boss. Oh, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I get it. Alright. I just need you to... It kind of doesn't want to grab so good. Maybe I need a more advanced... Got it! I'm gonna say perhaps a more advanced grabbing apparatus is called for. Look at that. It doesn't even need to be any heavier. This thing's mine. Got it. Later, nerds. I am way too satisfied with that solution. That was good. The grabbing mechanism could have been a little bit better controlled, but definitely got the job done. I like Besiege. This game is cool. Aris's Refuge. Destroy everything. Jesus God. Thomas says I use pistons and vacuums on the top. I see. I'm saving this thing. It's dumb and it's only ever going to have that one use, but I'm proud of it. Crystal grab. Like Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, the crystal has wonky physics of its own. It wants to stick to that position, yeah. Kind of. Destroy everything. Whew. This... I'm not sure where to start. Time for up, says Tama. That is true. There's gonna need to be some up going on here. Alright. I really wish my, like, fire arrow launcher had, had worked out better, because that was, in my mind, that was a good idea. Again, it says another N64 conjuration here, reminding him of Bomberman 64. Yep, I see that as well. That game took place on, like, a... It was 4 floating islands chained to one big floating island. So what do I have already? I have fuckboxing. The fuckboxing and even the meteorizer are very much designed for things at ground level. There we go. I don't want to have to design another flying thing, man. They're kind of a pain. Even when they work, they only barely work, or at least mine do. Anti-farm. I want to load this just to... Yeah, it's pretty much just like flamethrowers, and... I don't remember what I made this for. That would... Alright, let's see how much of a threat these knights are gonna be. Probably, like, a lot. Yeah, they're gonna be a problem. They're like the same knights as last time. They're gonna set me on fire, yep. Oh, hold on, what? Okay, apparently destroy everything means kill all the guys, and I just fucking did it. Alright, let's meteorizer it then. We can at least do a better job of it. Meteorizer. Meat on fire. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened in that one. It just decided I won, I guess. Because farm. I think that was a bug, and I have to at least make some sort of, you know, good faith effort to clear this legitimately. I have to at least, in spirit, destroy most things. You dig? Alright. I know a lot of what I built is just friggin' destruction devices. So what else did I make? Besides the fuckbox 2.5. This frickin' thing. I did go back and at least put like the regular wheels back on it, but this has like the crossbows are very like low powered. Specifically for that exact reason. One of them still took my freaking wheels out. That one freaking dude. Fire everything. It says, I know it unlocks a couple levels at a time. You might have cleared enough of the island as a whole. That doesn't sound right. Where'd my flymobile go? Where's the Zeor flying machine? This is almost certainly not going to help. Just for the sheer academics of it. Yeah, like I can't get enough lift. Or... right, also those airships are going to shoot at me. I would love to live in a world where it would be possible for me to take this thing out with a plane of some sort, but that's obviously not in the cards. Yeah, I must have just arbitrarily hit some way valuable thing with some flaming detached part of myself. In some way that even the meteorizer could not pull off. How much does the propeller weigh, anyway? It's perfect. Smash! Take that. That's right, you're no match for me. Thomas says, I just stuck some drills on the bottom of my flyer. I see. There's potential in that idea. My stupid drone, it inevitably loses control after, like, a short time. There we go. Like, even though pretty much all parts of it are theoretically, like, in perfect symmetry, just doesn't have any way to really regulate. It's... yeah, you see, you get to doing that, and it's all downhill from there. What? Pretty rigid frame, though. Look at those freaking reinforcements, man. You can always count on them. That shit never breaks apart. Yeah, we'll take this, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, now you're wet. What about it? Gonna have to change your underwear. Last laugh, Zeor. Really though, I know I experimented at least somewhat with batshit devices that fire upwards. How did any of those work out? TechPaint says there are programming blocks of some sort you can use to auto-stabilize based on the attached piece's current elevation. I looked at that, they just, like, they don't auto-stabilize the machine, they'll just kind of... they just simulate key presses based on certain criteria. Like, they could sense the thing's tilt and send a command input for me. But it would have to be an input that somehow stabilizes the thing. Yeah, here it is, the unreliable thrower. Take that. Run everybody over. Do it. Okay. So. I have a terrible idea. Start with not the full fuck box with a whole array of the whole crossbow lattice on there. We don't need that, probably. Now, this thing already had a hell of a time trying to contend with the knights. So this is already clearly not an ideal solution. But it's worth a shot. That's really all I'm doing. I'm just, you know, like I said, I just have to make some sort of attempt to do it legitimately, since it apparently said, I don't know, I'm confused. You won, I guess. Hey, there we go. It says, I saw a t-shirt that simply says, that's a terrible idea. What time? Ha! Alright, cannons all over this bitch. Cannons all over this bitch. I'm going to have a hell of a time key mapping any of this. Thomas says, if you don't want to fly, maybe those chains are bustable somehow. I was kind of expecting as much. Yeah, seems worth a shot. This fucking thing. Like, here I am thinking, I've already somehow made this thing even more ridiculous, but no, you know what, I don't think that's true. It's hard to get more insane than that array of crossbows that I had on there previously. I gotta need to, like, write a manual. I'm going to need to document how this frickin' thing works. Because I'm sure I already have everything on here mapped to the numpad. Where I'm sure 5 is extend. No? What's extend? Okay, extend is still on H. That's not gonna work. Everything numpad. All numpad. All numpad all the time. And let me guess. Yeah, I have all of these mapped independently right now. So... this is awful. I'm going to set... just gonna leave my hand right on this very position on the keyboard. Y... A... H... You never really think of these sorts of things, you know? It's just like, how do you... It's entirely possible to just simply cover your vehicle in so many weapons that you have no earthly idea how to actually use the damn things. Arg, what is... Hold on. Crossbows. Numpad 0. There we go. Okay. Camera. Right, these are also still on a higher power. Arg! I think that underneath wheel, the underneath saw blade, was doing a pretty good job there. How did that dude get, like, freaking yeeted out of the bottom of that thing by, like, a whirling saw blade, and he's still just like, I'm here to fight you. I fight all day. I'm fight, man. Seriously, this freaking dude. What the fuck? How is this allowed? How are you allowed? Okay. Okay. We're still rolling. Grr. Karg. Smortal. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine at all. The front wheels are still attached. They still have power. I still shoot. Are you kidding me with those cannons? Yeah, I kind of forgot the cannons were going to suck until I turned up their power. Please. Well, that didn't work at all. That worked so badly, in fact, that I think this whole design is a bust. And, I mean, like, I've already won somehow. I don't have to hang around here all day. Like I said, I gotta try. I want to at least knock down that tower, okay? That's gonna be my goal. And I bet my drone is just good enough for that. Don't need a water cannon for this. What we need is... Getting grabber. We need explode. And that's going to greatly change the weight profile of this thing, but apparently not badly enough to seriously be an issue. No, no, you son of a bitch. Just turn, go, yeah, wait. Go! That was terrible. Still knocked it down. Yeah, apparently in Vinnyland, even the dongmobile was even a solution for the giant floating crystal. I did some damage to the tower, not enough. Come on, we can do this. I have the technology. It's just... You can't stop me. I have the superiority of air travel. That's how I was able to steal your crystals. Final Fantasy jokes. And also, it's true. I hate this thing. Kablooey! Yeah, you guys come fight the fire. You did it. Your kingdom is saved. This thing sucks. Like, really, I'm not terribly satisfied with this drone design at all. I like the Zeor Flymobile Mark II better, even if it's kind of worse. It just can't fly straight. Like, at all. And again, I don't know why, because, like, its weight distribution is perfectly symmetrical. I tried to release there, but I pressed the wrong key. I guess, like, there must just be just wobbling in the frame that's causing that, you know what I mean? Just sheer flex of materials. Which is the thing I tried to reduce with all those bracings, but... Maybe I just need more of those? Just make the whole thing a metal frame? Hold on. God. Depth perception fail. Alright. Come on now. Apparently just knocking over the central tower is enough, says TechMate. Come on. Kablooey! Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. Something else exploded. Yeah, that was like a direct hit. Alright. Good. Yeah, I have no idea how it counted that as completed before, but whatever. I did it more or less legit with a crappy flying thing that kind of works. And a well-placed bomb. That's good enough for me. Let's go to Valfrost, ruled by the Withered King. Stand by for drink. I should put some tunes on. What are you guys thinking for tunes? No. I wonder if there was like an updated version of the plugin I used for Winamp to play the native format Genesis tracks, because it loops those badly for some reason. That none of that made any sense to anyone. It's fine. I should have a better idea of like what's good thinking music that doesn't get too repetitive. I don't know. Not that one. The SimCity soundtrack was kind of working okay last time. I don't know, I don't want to lean on that one too heavily. Let's go back to BreakQuest, why not? No, you know what? Yeah, speaking of leaning on things too heavily, you know what? Death Road to Canada soundtrack is actually really good for this. Whoa, we don't need to be that loud about it. Alright, where were we? Zone 35, the Frozen Path. Albuquerque, no. So just go over there? Alright. There's my truck. You know what? I need to make like a standardized entire truck, not just the frame. And I actually was thinking of like an idea for this. Let's see. I'm not even close to Portuguese. Thanks for asking. This concept like occurred to me earlier. Let's make like... This bass is like pounding in my head. Hold on. Be quieter, also shuffle, and repeat all. Thank you. Oh. Nope. Nobody's here is Portuguese unless Soup is watching, and I don't think he is. There we go, something like that. It's kind of trucky looking. That's a decent weight distribution too, that's not bad. Whoa! There's wind. There's wind a lot. Okay. Well, let me save this. Just truck1.bsg, there it is. So, can I dodge the wind? Nope. Alright, actually, while I'm thinking of it. Camera block. Wow. Just in cockpit view. Albuquerque is a town in New Mexico. Nobody here is Portuguese. Yeah, so truck isn't gonna work. It's quite light. It gets very explodey when cast against rocks with extreme force by intense winds. We need... Okay. I have an idea. It's a terrible idea. Let's do it. Just wide device. Be very wide. Alright. Just the lowest center of gravity possible. That's what we're going for here. Yes. Perfect. There's not going to be enough room for all the wheels I want. Also, there's not going to be... Yeah, alright, that's going to be an issue. Alright, we'll just get rid of... Here we go. Stop that. Death Road to Canada soundtrack is so good. I know I've said that so many times during these Besiege streams, but... We're going just for like maximum, lowest center of gravity possible and maximum grip on the ground is what we're going for here. We can do that. Wait. Yes. Wheels. Now we should at least be using these things. Hold on. There we go. Now these ones are defended against beds. Maybe wings facing down on the sides, says DevSoul. I don't think that's the very worst idea I've ever heard. With a shot, perhaps. Just the wheelmobile hit. That's what we're doing. With many wheels. All the wheels. There's still room for wheels? Put wheels on. Is there no more room for wheels? More wheels! Like Formula... Oh, so you're thinking like a vehicle with downforce. That's still... Come on now. Okay, hold on. I like where you're going with that, but, I don't think that would be enough to defeat the wind. It kind of works. It's working. Go, beautiful wheelmobile. I can't believe that shit is working. Yes. Awesome. I'm a little proud of myself. And again, just a, you know, straightforward, minimal solution. Just lots and lots of wheels. The awakening bells. Ring the bells together. Alright. I've apparently saved everything I ever built, but I mean, theoretically, even something like this could have future uses. Thomas says mine was much slower, using many ballasts and down wings and vacuums pointing down. That... Store that idea for later. I like that. That's definitely an interesting way of forcing downforce. Thomas says I'm currently stuck on this one. How many bing... Do I just have to ring the 3, right? I didn't just have to hit them all at the same time. There's no way it could be this simple. Like, it's wishful thinking on this one for sure. Within a few seconds of them of each other with some force, says Tama. Well, let's give it a shot and see what we end up with. Okay, so they don't even aim right. And yeah, they don't have nearly enough force. This thing blows up fun. Wait, don't tell me here. Hold on. I have an idea. So I already done it and I ended up making a nuke. I suppose, like, a well-placed explosion could probably do the job. This freaking wheelmobile. this thing. Sorry, I'm still just geeking out over my just low center of gravity mobile. I'm so pleased that it worked. Exactly how do shrapnel cannons work? Because it seems like they have to be within a really particular range for them to do anything. I'm only gonna, well, these things only have one shot anyway, so sure. Chewie. Hold on. Maybe I don't think they have enough power. I think we would need regular cannons. Alright, yeah, let's try it with just cannonball throwers. Alright. I'm kind of interested in, like, the etymology of Albuquerque now that that's come up as a subject, because apparently it means a whole bunch of different things in Portugal. I'm just like, it's just a place in New Jersey, but... Like, how did it get that name? Alright. Less power. They don't need to all have the exact same power. Alright, you know what? It's time to show off that principle I mentioned earlier that I was a little bit proud of myself for coming up with, even if I shouldn't be because it's petty and dumb. But... we put steering wheels on here, but then we reversed them. Probably won't make a ton of difference with so many wheels just pointing straight forward and working against them, but... yeah, on this particular vehicle design, not a great improvement, but it's not hurting either, so... yeah, that makes it a little bit easier to approach. Well, this is, I live in a town called Dunkirk, but not the England one of World War II fame. Naming things in America is strange, isn't it? Boop. Wow, that cannon was just not enough to ring that bell. This is challenging. I can, in theory... Alright. this isn't really an attempt, I'm just kind of sizing things up. So like if I approach this head-on ways, apply directly to the forehead. Yeah, alright. So space out by 1. Probably, I'm just gonna toss this thing, I think, build something from scratch. Or is that what I wanted to do? Hold on. You can't undo full delete, that's fine. Fucking wheel. Alright. So yeah, I need to build up basically to the very edge of the box. And, well... wheels. For the going forwards, which is good, usually. There. Probably gonna want some extra wheels just to support the weight of these things. Weight distribution is gonna be a problem. Physics are gonna be working against this thing. You know, as usual. Petty ass physics. Like regular size wheels might be fine for a change. I still don't remember where in Death Road to Canada this song came from, but it sure is a nice one. Easy on the ears, isn't it? Sure, why not? Lowest possible center of gravity is clearly a proven and tested technology. Yeah, that many wheels is making it impossible to steer. Hang on. That's still a problem. It should work well enough. More or less, probably. So I need one in the middle. How high are we going? I can't tell if that howling wind sound is the music of the game. Go 2 more on these and then 3 in the middle. I'm not gonna use cannons. We're gonna use same thing we use for everything. Stop. Needs more counterweight. Needs, you know what? Fine. I'm I'm over it enough to a point where I can just use ballasts at this point. Like, I don't think of them as the most elegant way to distribute weight. I'd rather counteract weight with something else that does things or something, but that's still going to need to be higher up. But, you know, it's fine. Sometimes you just need the butt to be heavier. These all need to be higher up. Maybe. Hold on. Okay. That counted, but we can do it better. Meets the letter of the wind, but not the spirit. Come on. It's not how we do it here at Zeor Lab. We do it right. We thank you for your interest in the Zeor Tech Bellotron 3. And with your feedback, we will turn it into the best damn bell ringing product you've ever seen. This still says put a ball joint and then a grabber at the end of each one of these. That could work. I don't think it's necessary at this point, but it's a good idea. Like, you could just grab the bells and then just yank them. Yeah, here we go. Beautiful. And we just... bong. I said... bong. I made them too high. Bong, dandy. Okay, you know what? The right one is a little bit lower. Somehow I didn't notice that. Hold on. I probably shouldn't use the Death Road to Canada 2 soundtrack too much more. I don't want to give it, like, too strong connotations with this game. You know? There we go. This is beautiful. This is just perfect. The perfect solution. Perfect stream. Perfect game. Perfect Zeor. Perfect dark. Get up over there. Bong. Bong. There we go. You know what? Good enough. Still didn't really look pretty, but that there is a custom engineered solution to a very specific problem. And I'm happy with it. I actually wasn't aware that Control-C and Control-V worked. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. I suppose I should be clear as long as we're still on the subject of Albuquerque, even though we're not. Albuquerque is both a town in New Mexico and a great Weird Al Yankovic song about it. That's where that was coming from. What am I doing? What am I doing? I gotta spin the doodad? Is that what I'm doing? Boy, that sounds challenging. Alright. Where's truck? Here is truck1.bsg. What is the alphabet anyway? My guess is I have to spin this. How hard to spin is it? Gotta spin the other way. Hell, you know my, like, backwards facing wheel something. Yeah, alright, so it's not too hard to spin. You just gotta... Okay. If I could award Zeor bucks, I'd be like, okay, Zeor bucks to whoever can guess what I'm gonna use for this. They're just the miracle tool, they do everything. it's actually attached to the bottom of it if you do that. That's interesting. This could work, potentially. Probably won't, but it might. Don't really need to bother too much with Control V, Control V, Control C, Control V, that is to say, when you're just going straight to one end of the slider. Rockmobile. Alright, here we go. No. Alright, hold on. I just thought of it. Alright. New plan. The height is about right here. That's good. And we can stick with truck frame, that's fine. Actually... come up one. Expand piston. Yeah, maybe I should send to that. No, that's fine. Sticking out a little bit more. Now, what we need. Not even necessarily a spinning block. What did I use before? Here it is. Steering. It's the spinny aroundy on your command block. And we need to remap that. Perfect. And what I was thinking is, how about... Uh-oh. Ah, crap. Hold on. There we go. Don't know about this. We'll see. Is that actually clear? Yes. Okay. No. I don't know if this is gonna work. Not so much. This is a rough one. Stop this. Alright, hold on. I mean, this could work. Like so many other things, it could theoretically do what I designed it for, but... we can do better. Translate further back, just... what against the back of the box? This also says if that can help, there's also the advanced building tool that players generally don't know. It's the compass icon in the options. I did not hear about such a thing. I might have to check that out. So what if... just realized my design might end up being kind of swastika. Well, we'll give it a shot. This is not on purpose, it's just... this is a strictly functional swastika-esque pattern. And it still doesn't work, so it's kind of crap. Wait. Come on. come on. Come on. Oh, I broke. The good news is if I fail, we're defacing evil monument. I was kind of onto something. Yeah, no. Let's get rid of that. Let's not do that. Like ever. Okay. This is gonna be a little advanced. There are cogs, says Tama. I think I get where you're going with that. I tried. I have an idea, but it's gonna take a little bit of building. No need to save this, you can just go away. Let's all forget the swastika mobile. That never happened. I'm gonna build another frickin' massive thing. As a matter of fact, start by bringing this way up here. There we go. Don't know how big is that? Yeah, I'm thinking grabber, but... This is true, as my brother's pointing out. Originally, the swastika was used by monks as a symbol of peace and prosperity. Hitler took it and inverted it to essentially make it stand for the opposite. It was also the Nazi swastika is diagonal. Whereas, like, yeah, before that, it was just a straight, you know, straight vertical and horizontal pattern. Yeah, it meant, like, nice stuff. So, we'll go with that. That is, we can make it a little bit taller. Oh wow, that's like flush with the ground. Okay. We're gonna make it way wide. Way long. I'll be amazed if this actually pans out. And... okay, wheels. I don't know how those got turned, but okay. Also, invert these ones. Good enough. Kind of. Essentially. I mean, it takes some wrangling, but it gets... You know what? We're better off without the extra axles on this one. Just attached to vehicle. Oh yeah. This thing handles like it looks, which is to say, there's no way this thing is actually going to be helpful anywhere, ever. Alright, well, that's proof of concept to me. It's not going to be pretty per se, but... No. Is there... Yeah, okay, there's a toggle mode. So, yeah, you don't have to hold it, you can just toggle it. That would be good. And about how wide are those things? Skip this one, it's done. If this works, I may shit at least some portion of a brick. If this works, I'll finally be a man. Oh yeah, I have to remap this. Also, how about some structural integrity of some sort on this thing? This is silly. Everything I build is silly. This is ridiculous. And yet here again, I can't help but be a little proud of this dumb thing that I made. Let's see if it works. So you are bringing very specialized, very highly engineered solutions to all of these. Damn! Damn it! Okay, alright, hold on. Let's think here. Is there anything I can do about this? Because I want this to work. If I take the piston out, maybe. But it's a big maybe. Pardon my crappy throat noises. Also, I don't necessarily need all the grabbers. Theoretically, it would work with one of them. That's a word I throw around a lot. I think it's an IT person thing. Theoretically. Like, I'm not in the business of actually expecting things to work. Alright. Yeah, I don't know about this. It grabbed. I don't want you to grab just yet. Thank you, though. Not yet. Move up. Move up. Move up. Oh no! Wait. Wait. Okay. Still my favorite track on this soundtrack. It's a really good one. This bit right here always gets me. I do hope, you know, this thing is the actual solution to this problem. Ah, crap. Damn it. But how? Ah, crap. Damn it. Guys, I have a secret. The solution might be stupid. Erg. Liam. There's no way. It's like half a block's height difference. There's no way this is gonna work. Unless... Wait. Okay, I've got it. No, I don't. What? Let's pretend I do. Also, wait, forgot to turn that to toggle. Come now, this is silly. Also, I guess with this design, I don't necessarily have to line it up perfectly. Please work. Oh, you rat bastard. Speed. No. It wants to work. Perfect. Races to the rescue. Speed. It's not even actually grabbing. Speed. I have been badly overthinking this. I just came up with the right solution. May need a piston again. Maybe I just need to line it up right. Hold on. Alright, now let go but for just a second and latch back on. Okay, it'll work, it'll work. No! Wait. Ah, this is the perfect music. The thing broke, but it's still working. Oh my god. Go! You can do it! I believe in you! It's such a soldier. Your sacrifice will be remembered. No! It worked! This is obviously a perfect solution. That all things went absolutely according to plan. This blueprint Wile E. Coyote sold me was absolutely worth the investment. That guy was on the ball. Okay, hang on a sec here. I'm back. I can't believe I'm gonna call that a win. I know usually when I, luck into the solution while my machine disintegrates, I'm like, well, let's try that better. But you know what? No, this is perfect. That job is done. Let's move on. Oh god. Well, we'll give the meter riser a shot. It's not gonna work, because knights are freaking tough, but... I already can't drive right. Wait, nope. I'm like watching the wheels under the thing, trying to figure out which way I need to... Saving. Alright, time to burn the self-destruct. Go get them. No, some of those guys are, yeah, they have like, what are they throwing, javelins? Yeah. And they're throwing axes? What are they throwing? Yeah, they're throwing axes, alright. The point is, they're standing still and doing that. Here. Oh, Morty! That was just the last of my cherry coke, so you wanted too much more of that. Alright. Oh, wait. Where's the wheelmobile? I'm up to 4 pages of this freaking nonsense now. What even is half of this crap? Like this, oh yeah, this thing was awful. I really should not even have saved this. This is the worst. Screech. I don't even know what I mapped the crossbows to, if anything. Whatever. Yeah, let's get the... where's the wheelmobile? Here we are. Nope. Can't put anything else there. Who likes crossbows? I like crossbows. Oops. Run all you, run everybody over. Do it. Just run over. New idea. New terrible idea. And you already know what it is. I have not gotten into automation blocks. I'm both not that experienced at the game yet, and they don't really interest me. Possibly at some point, but as of right now, that's not a big thing for me. Hey, wait. Yes. Yes. We can fit so many on here. It's not going to steer worth a damn. Oops. This is terrible. So bad. Yeah, it kind of steers. C is the right. Jesus. And there goes half of me. Yeah, that was inevitable. Okay. This won't work at all. What am I doing? Hold on, can I set like all of that at once? Probably not. Nope. I can remap their keys all at once, but I can't set their power all at once. There we go. Yep, that's much faster. Thanks for pointing that out. Kill all the stuff. Dead ways. Oh wow. That was bad. That was double bad. How did they do so much damage? Well, I guess once you start damaging this thing, it starts, you know, doing the rest to itself. This is not going to be the solution. Meteorizer was better than this. What am I stuck on? Tree. Yeah, once any part of this takes damage, like the saws turn inwards and it just destroys itself. Yeah, I guess that wind blowing sound is the music, but it suits this part of the game just fine. Wait, this part's still going. Arrgh. No. You tried. It's never gonna work, I just keep trying it because it's funny. I need better death machines. A meteorizer can only get you so far in this game. Possibly. I think I have an idea, but it's not a good one. No. I'm gonna make a fully armored tank, says DevSoul. I was thinking something along those lines. Possibly. Where's my crappy dragon tank? Let's just see how that does. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I made this so long ago, everything's still on C. I didn't even remap stuff. These guys are so tough, the drills are barely hurting them. Alright. What if? What if... Yes, like, I've been having that problem a lot. If the soldiers can get at the wheels at all, it's pretty much game over. So what I was thinking is, what if we actually just put... We actually, like, fully armor enclose this thing. We have to make sure we leave enough room for the wheels to turn, the front wheels. What are you doing, trunk ass? Yeah, there's enough clearance there, that's fine. That's not ideal. I'm just looking at like the clearance between the front wheels and that. Let's give them a little more space. Also. This is ridiculous. Just a completely boxed in, totally shielded, stupid looking something. But here, boy, am I glad that you can just build whatever fits inside this box, because it's using just so many blocks. This is nonsense. Is it awesome nonsense or regular nonsense? You decide. We can just put armor plating like all over it if we want. I'm unsure if that's actually a good idea, but... Oops. Does Control Z work too? Yeah, how about that? Control Y? Yep. Neat. Alright, well... We certainly have made our fully enclosed whatever the fuck good on us now. It's bad. It's inelegant. It's stinky. Will people throwing things at the top of it be an issue? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it'll be alright. Parts of it are breaking apart. I could, yeah, I could just, like, lash more of it together with braces. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, braces. Braces are good. Except for the ones that go in your head. Those suck. On that, you can trust me. Get in my way now, fuckers. Gonna need some way to keep track of which way this thing is forwards. This is so awful. Just fundamentally terrible. Yep, okay. It's doing its job. What the hell was that? Alright, hold on. I need to know what caused that. Probably, yeah, the very same thing that happened. That was why I added more clearance above the top wheels. Because the whole thing's on the same suspension, numbnuts. Hold on. Shoot. It's getting hard to, like, even look at this thing. Alright. I mean, I guess I could just, like, put the suspension just right on there, I guess? Well, ugh. All of this is bad. Let me just hop out of the way for right now. Suspension. Go. You know what the hell? Let's try my dumb double axis design. Which is a fun way to make it sound cooler than it really is. And then we'll just go back up and just... that one's gonna be a problem too. This thing just keeps compounding itself, like... It keeps needing more. You know what, just... bam, done. I'll do that. This is absurd. Whoa! I think my axles need limits. Do that? Oh dear. Undo, undo, undo. There we go. What if I use the regular sized wheels? Is this whole thing dragging on the ground now? If it is, that's fine. Yeah, it needs, it still moves. Increase speed, acceleration can stay the same. I don't like this contraption. Maybe I will like it eventually. It barely moves anymore. Alright, shite. Alright, 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 alright. Hold on, which end of you was forwards? There we go. Put the big wheels back on. No rear steering. There we go, no problem. Oh, Besiege. You're such a weird game. Or no, I mean, I guess I'm the weird one. You know what, let's meet in the middle. It's a weird problem for which I'm drafting a weird solution. Yep, that's gonna be the best of both worlds there. Still has fire problems. Damn. Mm-hmm. Armor. Alright, obviously, I mean, the thing's gonna need weapons, too. Yeah. Okay, maybe instead of... Get rid of these things. Oh, crap. Is that legal? Yep, just barely. Uh-huh. So many points. Very, very pointy. Did I break, or am I just... I think I'm just stuck on something. I think I'm just being knocked around by these frickin' knights. Ridiculous. Spikes, spikes, and spikes, and spikes, spike, spiky, spike, spike. Arrgh. Yeah, like all the ones in between the drills just broke up. Except not this time, for some reason. Hold on, parts of this are... We need more bracing. Alright, yeah, we can get rid of those spikes then. For that matter, if we're doing that. Can we fit more drills on it? This whole exercise has gone just completely off the rails. Wow, okay, that's become a pretty good charger. So that's something. Need more bracing. Oops. Yeah, it is fairly good at charging the straight ahead through a whole bunch of meat. So that's a victory of some sort. That's definitely one of my more effective plowing through a whole bunch of guys designs. And they're not getting inside and attacking the wheels. Beautiful. Cool. Yeah, we have like a meat box is what we've created. This is the kind of design that could just keep having things added to it like forever. Like there's no real ceiling to it. It's just madness forever. I'm proud of the suspension for taking that like a champ. Matter of fact, did I stiffen that suspension up? I'm almost sure I did. Yeah, yep, they're all on max. Wait, nope. Forgot I've replaced the other ones. There we go. Sploosh! Weapons. Our first line of badness. Crossbows. You need to fire much faster. Maybe less power. Good enough. Yeah, there we go. Nowhere near as effective as just driving through everybody, but... The rockets I want to like, but they're too unreliable. Ugh. I'm getting like mental fatigue just from pestling weapons onto this thing all day. The rockets don't attach. Yeah, that's one of the problems. The other problem is it detonates whenever it wants. Flamethrowers, maybe. I'm kind of wary of using flamethrowers because that pretty much always ends with myself getting set on fire. Especially with tanky guys like this who take so long to burn up. Inconsiderate bastards is what they are. Yeah, like, seems like every time I use a flamethrower, I end up just destroying myself with it. Put vacuums on the front to attract soldiers. That's a thought. I can't really think of any other practical weapons to put on this thing. Vacuums under mechanical? Yeah, there's vacuum block. Press Y to pull. Alright. This freaking thing. This is another one of those that, like, it might kind of technically work, but I'm not sure if I'm actually satisfied with it, because it's kind of a friggin' mess. What the good goddamn are you doing? Alright. We've hit that weight point where, like, physics don't want this thing to exist. And this is frustrating. Like, you know, everybody has to build a murder box at some point. That's just, you know, that's Besiege, but... One gets tired of fuck boxes. Even lower power on these. I mean, we're going to strictly anti-infantry here. That's the wrong key. Like, it steers like it looks like it should steer. Which is to say, it doesn't really look like this thing is supposed to move at all. Maybe I need more drills. Are any of these idiots actually dead? No. Just got moved. I'm not done yet. It's actually still working. It's doing its job. Oh god. Oh god. No, that'll do it. I don't like these levels as much. I like when I get to build just a vehicle that goes to a place or moves a thing, but I tire of these fuckbox missions. I just buried the camera block. No, I didn't. It's fine. That's a terrible idea. No, they're gonna be able to attack that way too easy. I do kind of like the more drills idea. They seem to work okay. Might be time to change soundtrack too. Fuck off. Okay, it's getting too heavy. suspension is... we bottomed out the suspension. This is all the weight we can put on something. Yeah, the drills are breaking off against the ground. They're working pretty well, though. Alright, hold on. This vehicle is dumb, and I regret having made it. I think the more correct word is I resent having made it. Like, why have you done this to us, Besiege? Parts of me breaking off. This is so awful. The crossbows are now too underpowered. Can't hurt things, I think. Yep, you know, I think the drills are just too heavy. Yeah, it's actually breaking the wheels, I think. Hold on. Kind of. No, we're gonna be sticking with the missions on this. I'm not getting into the multiverse stuff right now, I don't think. I've invested too much time in this now. Oh wow, this thing is actually handling strangely well with those reinforcements on the suspension. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Okay. I am both out of crossbow ammo and out of crossbows. Yeah, it's time to change soundtrack. This is getting irksome. I probably shouldn't have quit that. I was like right about to win it finally. Alright. Hold on. We just need different music. Thanks, Death Road to Canada 2 soundtrack. I think I'm going to retire you from Besiege duty. What else we got? No. No. I don't have any idea what the misadventures of PB Winterbottom is, but if you think that would work, give it a shot, I guess. Starting to think 3 hours is too long to stream Besiege. It's too much brain work. Friggin'. I think I remember this. Thomas says, sieges do tend to be long, not untrue. Alright, here we go. Let's see if you can defeat the stupid defensive fuckbox. It should not be. computer apparently does not appreciate besieging at the same time as YouTube. Out of ammo for everything, except drills. This seems like a pretty good choice soundtrack-wise. Yeah, I'm sort of amazed at how nimble this thing is, just having put those braces on the suspension. Hooray, it counts. We can stop doing this dumb army mission. Yeah, I appreciate that, but YouTube isn't going to work here. Stick to win it. No, not that. You know what, let's go back to Break West, why not? Sheesh. That stupid crappy thing technically worked. Good enough for me. Can we do something cool now? Steal 3 pieces of gold ore. Okay, so we have like a really finessey, grabby job ahead of us, I guess. There's one. Where even are the other ones? Let's just, you know, tour the place. Give me your gold. Oh, okay. Maybe, maybe not. That thing sure burns up good. Alright, there is a second one. The third one's way over there. I might actually wrap the stream up early, man. I'm a little bit tired of Besiege. Alright, well, let's make sure this stupid thing is saved and we'll get rid of it. We don't need anything exceptionally fancy here. I actually think I ended up using the back grabber to do something. Such early piston designs. Shows the direction Zeor Tech Siege Industries was invariably headed. It wasn't quite there yet. Sure. Alright. Give me my truck. We use truck for lots of stuff, because truck is cool. Get rid of this crap. Instead of that crap, I'm gonna go with... There's that. We're gonna need to break some shit down. You can just be 4, 5, and 6. You can be 0. Grabbers can be done, I guess. Wait. Chewy. Chewy. Chewy? Alright. I do wish there were any kind of, like, reliable way to throw fire across a good distance. That would be the way to go right about now. I mean, I've tried this design before. It's like not working at all. Rate the fire way up. Alright, I mean, I really only needed to work a couple times, so this might actually be good enough. 55 be that. Could shove a fire boulder that away. Possibly. Uh-huh. Whoa. Alright, maybe. Truck isn't handling too well. Alright, there's one. Where's the rest of ore? Is it in one of the boxes? No. I didn't actually see where the ore comes from. Look up. Go. What the? Yeah, I don't know. This might be a shorter stream tonight. I'm getting a little burned out on Besiege. Good. Second was in a rock. So I need lots of explodes, is what I need. Ah, you can set the flight duration. You can make them colorful, too. Said he, and then immediately set it to red. That's good enough. Flight duration. So there is some hope to rockets. Yeah, maybe I need to use, like, remote bombs. Alright, first of all... There we go. Try that. Better placement. Hey, that must be where the other one came from. Yeah, you need to, like, blow the rock up. Frick. Can I drill? Does drill work? What the fuck? When did my rocket get bent? Wow, that was nice. There's the other piece of ore. Yeah, I need to do some serious digging. That's the rocket to a grabber. That could, but I don't want this shit. Get up. That's a potential thing. Yeah, so like you need to actually blast rock apart. This one. I need a lot of explode. That's what I need. Drills do work. Preferably drills being separate from your grabbers would be a good way to go. Because I just keep picking up dross. I could set the grabbers to manual grab. Urgh. Alright, you know what? Rockets on grabbers is not a bad idea. I just noticed I'm like astonishingly hungry. I do that sometimes. I like forget food, and then your body's like, "Hey, you're dying." And I'm like, "Why am I dying?" It's like you forgot to eat food again. And I'm nuts. I'm like, "Oh yeah." I do that. We're kind of going back to my old missile battery design again here. Alright, it hit the drill is what happened there. This design might be crap. Go. Rockets are actually, they're cool. They're more finessey than you might expect a rocket to be. Oh, there was one of the... Okay, one of the pieces of ore is actually like right in front of me. I don't even need to be firing mountains. I don't even need to be blowing most of that up. Over here's another story. There goes one of them. I don't even know where the other... Okay. Rocket number 1. We'll go there. Okay, there's one of them. Still have my third rocket. Dreadful damnation. that looks dumb, but makes a kind of perverse sense. So that rocket is perfect. You can just fire that right away. There we go. Hold on here. Let go. Hey, stick. Crap. Verbs. Do things. Do actions. Besiege. There's one of you. And I'll just go ahead and drill into the other dang old blasted dragon. I'll go over there and get the other one. Get, please? Please get? Simon says get. This fucking rock. I'm gonna kill it. Kill the rock. That's my new goal. No. Alright. Got it. Yeah, sure, we'll deliver this pain in the ass rock. Are you kidding me with this? That rock wants me dead. Okay. Okay. Would it be cool to make a flyer? Because I've made flyers and they suck. Making flying things is tedious and dumb, and my results so far have not been good. Maybe one day I'll make a flyer that isn't bad. Today I don't think it's that day. It's somewhere in here. There is more ore here. I know. There you are. How about that? My idea finally panned out. Had to go through many dumb iterations. But it was ultimately, after many revisions, theoretically sound. Gotcha. There we go. Perfect mining apparatus. Again, just no flaws in this design at all. Pure perfection. Let go. This, I think, is my favorite tune from the Breakwest soundtrack. That sucked. I might wrap it up there. I don't think we need another half hour of this suffering, unless the next mission or two are fun. Break down the barrier. Tear down the barrier. I would be amazed if I didn't already have an apparatus for that. Oh, let go. Let go! Forgot about the grabbers. Techman says, I think exclusively explosives work for this. That's pretty much what I figured. But just for science's sake. Nope, drills work. Kind of. Drills work for, like, punching holes in it. You would need to do a lot of drilling to do the same job that some explosives would do. You know what? I might just have the thing for this. Remember that? You do remember, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. No. The rockets kind of suck at this. I just saw bladed right through it. Barrier kind of sucks, guys. Kamikaze wheelmobile or something like that, says Dev Soul. That's probably the way to go. Carrying a bomb into the middle of this. It's probably... Hold on. I almost forgot about this stupid thing that worked for whatever task it was. T... All of these are T. Where's my truck? You know what? I didn't save the driller. Oh well, it was just some drills on the back of the truck. I can make that same design. I like the idea of like drilling into it and then explosions everywhere. That should have no problem penetrating this thing. Had only some problem penetrating this thing. Okay. No, other way. Couldn't tell which end was your face. Something... whatever. You get to have your own little picture frame. You're beautiful. That'll work. You really don't need, like, any flight duration on these. It's the thought that counts. We know what you said. Maximum explosive charge on these. We just want maximum carnage. And let's see. Remote grenade. Said press K to detonate. Ooh. Okay. All you can change on this is how to explode. Press key to blow the fuck up. And... alright, let's get some grabbers on here. Damn. I do have the Path Assist blueprint, I believe, yes. I think I had the blueprint and like 2 sub-cortices. So yeah, I got you covered. Beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Holy shit! That extremely worked. Awesome! Wow, that makes up for all the crap I just endured for the last, like, hour and a half trying to make that stupid fuck box. Just like that, Besiege rules again. That was so cool, I want to do it again. I didn't even actually, like, detonate any of my things, I just kind of... thump. Yeah. Oh, wow. This thing is great. I've not played with explosives enough in general in this game yet. There we go, that was perfect. Try for like sub 5 seconds this time. Now you're talking. Alright, I'm gonna save this. Okay, good. It's saved. If I just make you faster. Yeah, I think anything, like, spare that I had for the path assist, I even collected, not, you know, for resale value, but specifically to, in case anybody else needed it down the line. Holy balls. Can you accelerate better? Yeah. Infinity acceleration. I got an achievement for something, Freezing Frontier. Truck moving in. It's the best truck. Come on, me. I am way too entertained by the truck that just explodes as soon as you get on the gas. The best? That means now this is pod racing. Oh boy, I'm glad I'm still at this now. I was thinking about wrapping it up. Damn. It's a little tricky, you just gotta get in there just right. Yes. Sub 4 seconds by 1/100th of a second. I'll take it. Oh, holy shit. Tom looked it up. That achievement I got was Freezing Frontier for getting a piece so high that it freezes. And that was just from some fragment of my truck being hurled at, like, impossible velocity from the explosion. I am perfectly happy with that. Alright, I have to steal that relic this time. Hello, I'm here for your relic. I've come to steal it. I'm a bad guy. Oh, okay, this is the one that freezes you on contact. That's interesting. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna call it here, actually. It's a little early, but... I don't have any immediate ideas jumping out at me about this. So I'll noodle on it, maybe work on it offline. But, we certainly went out with a bang on this one. I am very pleased with the blow the fuck up mobile. The X-fucking-plode mobile, sorry. Want to make sure that works. Okay, there we go. Make sure you click right on the little diskette. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm hungry, I'm kind of working on a headache. I should eat something. And, I'll noodle on this offline and I'll let you know what I come up with. But we got a few things done. I wish we hadn't spent so long farting around with that, stupid fuck tank, but it worked out eventually. And, yep, there we go. More XCOM 2 tomorrow. And then Final Fantasy Friday. You know the drill. That's all I got for you. Okay. That was a good one. See you tomorrow. XCOMs, fart sounds, Zeor TV.